Hey, thanks for joining me for another episode of Bitcoin and Coffee. I'll be your host, Eugene Forrest. So today on Bitcoin and Coffee, we got to talk about what happened with the price of Bitcoin over the weekend and what we expect from the price of Bitcoin across this week. But as always, let's take a look at the marketplace. We got Bitcoin coming in at $991.34. This is good considering where it was yesterday. It's a nice back pull-up towards the $1,000 mark. We got Ethereum coming in at $50.38. I was hoping to see larger gains out of Ethereum, see it up near the $60 mark. I was disappointed. We did make it a little above the 50. I think I seen 52, close to 53 at one point. But it didn't move backwards, so that's always a good thing. We got Litecoin coming in at $4.14, not bad. We got Steam at 18 cents. We got Monero coming in at $19.38, that's a slight decline. We got Dash coming in at $88.20. We got Zcash at $60.86. Alright everybody, so here on Bitcoin and Coffee, I was busy all weekend. I had to, just like everyone else, the altcoins had come up to their peak, and, you had to, the way I operate, I went ahead and sold out most of my altcoins back into Bitcoin while the price was down. Now I gotta sit around and wait for the price of Bitcoin to come back up. Now that I have a larger amount of Satoshis from what I actually bought all my altcoins at. I think at this moment we're looking at Bitcoin could go either way. We're seeing it come in around the $1,000 mark. I mean, we're at $994.81 right now. I see that if Bitcoin breaks above the $1,000 mark and stays above the $1,000 mark for the rest of today and, into tomorrow, I would say that by the end of the week, we could be looking at 1050, 1060 maybe by Friday, Saturday. If we continue to see this resistance at $1,000 and we don't really make it above it and we sit here and teeter around this area and come back down to the 980, I kind of see Bitcoin going the other way and us having to pull back possibly down to the 900s again. So, I mean, I'm not an expert. This is just my opinion. This is where I'm planning to make my investments. This is what I'm thinking. We do have some good news coming up. We have Bitcoin is making big movements in Japan with it becoming legal tender next month. This should be bringing more people in. This should be sending more diverse funds over to Japan of Bitcoin. We're even looking at, we got a Japanese bank. I cannot pronounce this. It's Mizuho. They've been developing a way for banks to transfer Bitcoin, or banks to do transactions on the Bitcoin network and to have it secure. They're looking at a potential release coming up soon here. Good things are always happening with BTC. Just because they're not happening here at the moment doesn't mean that they're not happening in other places around the world. Stop. So what would I say? What would I do? Right now, I wouldn't go buying any altcoins. We're probably going to see more corrections and see the price of altcoins coming back down further. As far as Bitcoin, I would watch it closely and see what happens with this $1,000 mark. It's a psychological barrier for most people. So depending on what happens around this $1,000 mark is going to make the predictions on what is going to happen with Bitcoin across the week and into next week. But as always, there's going to be, Bitcoin's going to go up. Next month we're going to see a higher value than we see now. A lot of the problem is that when people are new into it, they purchase the Bitcoin and they watch the price go up and down, and they watch the price of Bitcoin coming back down to near and below the value that they purchased it at, and they think that they're losing money. When the goal is to stay in long term, where, for example, a majority of the Bitcoin I bought was back in the 600s. So, until Bitcoin pulls back to the 600s, I'm not looking at a loss. So, I'm not as concerned. I'm just watching the amount of profit go up and down, but no matter what, I'm watching profit. It's a much more mentally securing position to be in. So just hold strong, and 6 months down the road from now, you won't be worried about Bitcoin coming back down to the price at which you purchased it at. If you like what you've heard here, go ahead, subscribe, like, and link to my video. Below I have affiliate links to get you going on Genesis Mining and HashFlare. Whenever you buy some hashing power, we'll both get it, or you'll get a discount. And if you join up with Coinbase, we'll both get $10 for every 100. And I also have affiliate links below to get you free BTC and doggies. And there's also my email address below. I'd love to hear from you. So you can shoot me an email at eugeneforrest20@gmail.com. And remember, people, keep your Bitcoin safe.